Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Fantasy Fitnessing with another WOD Wednesday. So we just coming off the treat that was the 2022 Rogue Invitational and that great final event, Heavy Grace. Definitely saw the leaderboard shake up with that race to the finish, seeing Jeff Adler finish on top on the men's side to secure his second straight podium finisher. Patrick Vellner took his shot for the overall title and kind of missed in some fantastic fashion. Over on the women's side, we saw Kara Saunders be the Kara Saunders of old of take that Heavy Grace event there, which was 30 clean and jerks at 225 and 155. So it was a great final event. So we decided to take a look at other times that Grace was, or a spin-off of Grace was used in a competition. So we got three to take a look at today. First one, Double Grace. So this was the final event of the 2014 games there. So on the women's side, kind of Annie Thorsdottir took it. She was second place that year to Camille LeBlanc-Vassonet. So her winning time was 5:17. I guess I should say Double Grace was 60 clean and jerks at the standard 135 and 95 pounds. Second place on the women's side was Val Vobril, 5:28 and 90. And third place was Michelle McKinney at 5:26.90. Other notables on the women's side from that competition. So Krista Holte was 11th in that one. And unfortunately, Kara Saunders withdrew right before this event, so we weren't able to see her throw down in Double Grace. So that would have been fun to see her there. On the men's side, Rich Froning won at 5:05.60. He did his first 30 in about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so pretty fast there on the way to his fourth CrossFit Games championship there. Jason Kalipa finished second at 5:08.80, and then the winner of the first heat, third overall, slightly behind him, just less than a second behind Kalipa, was Dan Bailey at 5:09.90. So interesting to see that Double Grace was also the final event. And there was a bunch of other names that were still kind of in the competition realm today. So Ben Smith was 7th, Scott Panchik was 8th, Matt Frazier there 11th, Cole Sager 12th, BKG was 16th, Con Porter 20th, Will Morad 21st, Travis Mayer 24th, Noah Olson 28th. So a lot of the competitors that we did see at Rogue this week also threw down Double Grace back at the 2014 games. Then before that, also the final event of the 2008 games, we had Squat Grace. So weight's a bit different, 155 pounds, 100 pounds, but it was 30 squat clean and jerks there. So as the final event, you had the winner on the women's side, Katie Mader, in 3:30, Tamara Holmes, second place, 4:14, and Tanya Wagner at 4:40. On the men's side, you had Jason Kalipa, 2:46, Max Morant, 3:24, and Jason Thiel at 3:52. So you can definitely see the step of how far the sport's gone over the past decade or 15 years, just between the difference of Squat Grace and Double Grace and Heavy Grace that we see. But it is obviously an exciting event to see as the final event. And then just one other interesting kind of take on Grace was from the 2019 Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge. So this was called Hitting the Slopes with Grace. They had a 2,000 meter skier buy-in and then kind of standard Grace 135.95. So kind of jack your heart rate before Grace. So interesting to see that approach. On the women's side, there was Melissa Herman. She won in 9:39. Colson Lamb Casey, second place, 10:03. And Meg Reardon just behind at 10:04 for the women's side for that event. On the men's side, you had Sam Quant was the winner at 8:58. Second place was Richard Paul Castillo, and third place was Josh Miller. So interesting to see Quant come out of that one. There was a bunch of notable names up the 2019 Mid-Atlantic CrossFit Challenge. It's also fun to take a look, see how these different organizers and programmers have spun Grace to make it a bit more challenging and interesting in a competition setting. So with that is WOD Wednesday for this week. WOD Wednesday brought to you by all the WODs, so allthewods.com. Kind of you're building out the biggest collection of competition workouts there are, so you can easily search by competition using a free account. You can search by couplets, triplet, chipper, or a single modality event from all the major competitions for the last 4 or 5 years. As well, you can upgrade your account to a premium account for kind of the price of a cup of coffee, and be able to search by movement and breaking it down. So if you're looking to enhance your training program or just spice something up, you can take a look there. They also do a daily WOD each day, which kind of pulls out a random WOD from different competitions of the past. So check them out, allthewods.com, or Instagram at allthewods. As well, follow us at Fantasy Fitnessing, at Fantasy Fitnessing on Instagram, or fantasyfitnessing.com. I'll be running Fantasy Games for the Dubai Fitness Challenge, as well as potentially Down Under CrossFit Championship here in a couple weeks, depending on what the athlete roster looks like. But as well, we also got the most complete selection of competition history and athlete profiles there are in CrossFit. So dive into your favorite athletes, see their competition history, and poke around. So with that, thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.